Hello there, I'm Vigalius, and hey, the Snyder Cut's out. It saved the movie. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a greatest superhero film ever made. It's a masterpiece. Whoa! No, it's not a masterpiece at all. It's not the greatest superhero movie ever made. It's alright now. It's better. It's certainly better than it was before. But so for anyone who doesn't know, 4 hours of the Snyder Cut is now on Now TV in the UK and whatever, HBO Max I think in the US, and I don't know about everywhere else. And I sat through the entire thing purely because I was just so interested to see what they were going to do with it. This shit has been memed to hell for the past few years. Hashtag release the fucking Snyder Cut has genuinely been trending several times. I needed to know what it was like, and I wouldn't say I wasn't disappointed. I also wasn't surprised. I mean, it's exactly what I thought it would be, which is just lots more. Anyway, I should probably jump into the thing that leapt out at me immediately. The thing that jumped out at me straight away. This film, by the way, was never going to be saved, and this is one of the reasons. The whole thing, the entire runtime, every single thing you fucking see is in 4:3 aspect ratio. 4-fucking-3 aspect ratio. It is in fucking sufferable. It is disgusting. It's horror. Who? I get this film was all about giving Snyder complete creative control. Warner Brothers and DC and all that. They would, we're not going to hold your hand, which is great because that's one of the biggest issues with the film industry is a bunch of people with money hiring people to be creative and then telling them what to do. No, don't worry, Snyder. We're gonna let you do whatever you want to do with this movie. Someone probably should have tapped him on the shoulder and said maybe this film shouldn't be in 4:3. What the? Oh, I'm angry just thinking about it. Oh my god. So, to anyone who doesn't know, 4:3, if you've seen the trailer and you see two black bars, one either side, that is 4:3 aspect ratio. It means that it is not in widescreen. Widescreen TVs were not normalized in the early 2000s and beforehand. Therefore, films will have that, or TV shows will have those black bars either side because people didn't have widescreen TVs. That changed in recent years, and especially in the cinematic world, because you watch it on a cinema which is widescreen, but apparently they don't care about that. Now I spoke to someone about this and they said, it might just be because they were rough cuts and they hadn't gone through post, which seems bizarre. It seems bizarre that you would have literally one of the biggest production companies in the world who have previously given you widescreen versions of these shots, but now you don't have widescreen versions now. And I understand, for consistency's sake, if the extra stuff wasn't in widescreen, we kind of want it to remain consistent. I understand that. However, why wasn't it shot in widescreen? This is a huge CGI blockbuster film. It's also 4 hours long. You want to get as much into the screen as possible. I've shot many films before. I've never shot in 4:3. I've never thought to. And I really can't fathom why, other than Snyder just being a fucking lunatic and trying to do something wacky with the film. I mean, it was 2017, and pretty much every music video in the world was shot in 4:3 back in 2017, so maybe it was that. But I didn't even like it when they did music videos like that. Not a fucking super... Oh, my God. And yes, it bugged me the entire time. Yes, it did. But that wouldn't even matter. Because the other big issue, and the other reason this film would never be saved, aside from the fact that the narrative is as weak as fuck anyway, but the other reason is Zack Snyder's films are ugly as sin. They're just ugly. They're just grotesque to look at. They're gratuitous, they're unnecessary, that there's so much going on that doesn't need to be going on. He can't leave frames alone. The mise-en-scène is just so unnecessarily grandiose and too much. It's just all too much. Everything he shoots looks like a fucking Gillette commercial. Why does Batman live in a fucking slate building? Why does... Just don't get it. Why does every shot have to have an explosion in the background or fiery embers falling from the sky? Why does every building have to blow up in some way? It's like you take all the worst parts of Michael Bay and then make them worse, and you have Zack Snyder. With the exception of Man of Steel, every one of his films that I've ever seen have been ugly as sin. And by the way, there are a couple of characters in here who literally, and they're new characters to the extended cut, you could literally just pull them out of 300 and put them straight in this movie. He really does repeat shit. And the slow motion. Oh my god, the slow motion. It's one of those things where you could, if you remove the slow motion, you get about 25 minutes of your life back. And sometimes it's just incoherent, no reason for it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was some sort of like mundane task, something just you would see in any film. Like, it wasn't this, but let's say pulling a flower from the ground, and he did it in slow motion. He did everything in slow motion. I get doing slow motion with the Flash. My computer keeps freezing. I get doing slow motion with the Flash. Although there's a scene at the end where he takes it way too far, by the way. Nah. And you just get so tired of it. Not just desensitized to it. Really sick of it. I was so sick of the slow motion in this film by the end of it. Man, it really bugged me every time he went into slow motion. So visually, the film's a fucking mess. It's disgusting. It's horrible to look at. You have to look at it for 4 hours. It's in 4:3 aspect ratio. Nothing looks good. The Batsuit, I feel like it looks even worse this time, but that could just be because, I don't know, I haven't really been following it for a while. There's a scene with a Mercedes, and I think it was in the original cut, excuse me, where Batman's in a Mercedes commercial, around about an hour and a half into it, and that, oh man, no. It's just, no, oh my god. This film is so visually unappealing, and that doesn't change. Admittedly, yes, the filter that Snyder removed for that last scene was a good call. It looks better. Still looks like an early 2000s video game, though. Still looks absolutely atrocious. So yeah, so the film couldn't be saved. All I can say that was good, though, and a damn sight better, was that we finally got what I knew would help this film, what I knew would benefit this movie, which is backstory and context and sort of emotional baggage in order to actually give these characters a bit of weight and a bit of life. Cyborg finally got a little bit more attention. I was so bugged out in Justice League when they just glossed over Cyborg like, hey, he's a miserable kid and he wears a hoodie. Enjoy the movie. Oh my god, awful. And I actually felt an emotional connection to him and to Barry Allen and to, not to Aquaman. Oh, by the way, there are still bits that they miss out. Aquaman just picks up starts using the trident after saying he's not going to, completely out of nowhere. And characters just show up without really showing why they're going to show up. Oh, but there's one bit, and spoiler alert on this, where Superman, they show Superman going to the battle at the end. They just show it like they show him turning up at Bruce's mansion and speaking to Alfred. It completely ruins the whole thing of him just popping up. Anyway, on to good things. Steppenwolf is a much better character in this because he actually has a lot more to do, which gives him a lot more character. He really feels like Thanos in this, but I guess that's a good thing when you're speaking of such a train wreck of a movie. I actually did believe that he was a formidable character, and there is a sense of like impending doom at all times that wasn't there initially. We do feel as though there is something bad is going to happen, and they need to do a lot in order to fight back, which I really didn't get that sense in the initial film. And like I said, I did care more about the characters. The pacing is quite good. And honestly, giving all of that backstory really has made it a acceptable film to me. I still don't like it because of how it looks visually, but it's fine now. Like it's not a train wreck of a film anymore. However, it does still suffer from the biggest issue that the initial film suffered from, aside for the visuals, which is a complete and utter just removal of balance. No balance whatsoever. Completely ignored any remnants of what could be balance. So with with Avengers, you could look at those characters and go, well, look, these are all on a level playing field. Like, I believe that each of these could take one another on. I mean, clearly on paper, Thor is the strongest, but I really do believe that, this is a battle where everyone's on a level playing field. Not in Justice League. Nope. Superman to the rescue. Superman just completely saves the day. No other character matters when he turns up. They're all getting their asses kicked by Steppenwolf. Superman turns up, freezes his axe, and then it drops on the floor and crumbles, and then he beats the shit out of him like fucking Nelson Muntz and Bart Simpson. I mean, there is nothing to it with Superman. He's clearly the strongest, and so what's the point of making a fucking assemble film if one of the characters is all you fucking need? If all they needed was Superman, it's just a Superman movie. And that really bugged the shit out of me the first time, and bugged the shit out of me the second time, a little bit more actually, because I just spent 3.5 fucking hours waiting for this battle, just for Superman to turn up and go, don't worry about it guys, I'll take care of this, I'm gonna go have a milkshake from Macca's. I mean, it's absolutely atrocious. So in summary, yeah, man, like it was. I mean, I'm dumping on it a lot. It's okay. It's a lot better now. It's not a train wreck. If this was a review for the initial film, I would just be dumping on it a lot more. That film was absolutely atrocious, and it does right the wrongs of the storytelling in the initial release, which is good. The issue is what was already there. The problems still exist. Superman is still a complete patsy. And visually it's just unbelievably ugly. Oh, and by the way, if you were watching this for the Joker, don't bother with that, because he pops up in the last 15 to 20 minutes or so, and spoiler alert, leave that a couple of seconds, it's a dream fucking sequence. A fucking dream sequence. He is in I just want to make this clear. He is in a dream sequence. What the fuck? He pops up for like 2 minutes and has a conversation with Batman in his dreams. Rule number 1 of storytelling, by the way. Take this from someone who has a degree in film. Never make anything a dream sequence, because there's no payoff. There's no delivery to that. But clearly Snyder doesn't pay attention to entry-level stuff. So if you're watching it for that, don't bother. Oh, also Jesse Eisenberg comes back as Lex Luthor with no hair. Absolutely phenomenally bad. I mean, really fucking. He looks and sounds, and I like Jesse Eisenberg, but his performance was absolutely terrible. I mean, really bad. But yeah. So if you were, would I recommend it? Like, I don't know. If what you wanted was more story behind what you're seeing, yeah. And if you like the original film, then absolutely. I don't know what kind of brain damage you'd need for that. But if you like the original movie, then yeah, watch it, because it is actually very similar. But if you were going into it hoping for something new and different, there's nothing. No, absolutely not. If you're hoping for the Joker, don't even bother. Maybe just cut to the scene with the Joker, because it doesn't fucking mean anything. But yeah, would I recommend it? It's 4 hours long, so probably not. No, but it's like between 6.5 and 7 out of 10 now. Not a 10. It's all right.